Hello friends, this is Low Rate Hitman. What I got today is a little Ghost Recon gameplay. We'll be honest with you up front. I'm not going to do any commentary about this gameplay whatsoever. I mean, it's decent gameplay. I mean, it's not the best in the world. I think I actually lose on this round, you know. So I mean, you guys that's been around for a while, you know that I'll just post a video up. It's not going to be horrible, you know, but I'm not scared to put a losing gameplay up. I do want to say, though, that the stuff that I'm going to be talking to you guys about, if you guys wish to sit and listen, could be very disturbing. It could be very sick. What I'm going to talk about today is really sick, and it is disturbing. I mean, so if you don't want any kind of visual imprints left in your mind or brain, you know, just please stop watching right now. I don't want a bunch of dislikes or whatnot. If I get them, I get them. I'm not worried about that, you know, but I really don't want to offend nobody. I mean, I just want to say what I have to say. And if people want to listen, they can listen. That's their choice. I mean, and I'm going to be adult about it and just leave it at that. I want to start off by saying I'm 36 years old. I know everybody knows that. And to a young person, that might seem old. When I was 15, 20 years old, you know, the age that I am right now is an old age. But I can't say I don't feel like I'm that old. I mean, I feel like I'm a kid. I mean, the thing that I do have in my favor is that I've got to see changes in society over the years, because I am an observant person. I mean, I've done a lot of things in my life. A lot of them hasn't been productive. I've done a lot of bad things, but I've done a lot of good things here in my. As I'm getting older, I tend to not do bad things anymore. I don't know what it is. I mean, maybe I just sold my wild oats. I grew up, you know, which we're supposed to do. That's what adults do, you know. But like I was saying, I've seen a lot of changes. You know, the generation changes as time's gone by. You know, 20 years ago, I remember how things was, you know, and I always hear old people talking about, you know, how things are now, the big difference, you know. And whenever I heard them say that when I was younger, I really didn't pay much attention at all, because I don't know, it's just a conflict with older and younger people a lot of times of that aspect. But now that I am a little bit older, you know, I do understand what they're saying. I've seen a lot of things change in society, and the main thing I want to talk about is, I don't want to ride on a coattail or anything, you know, but I want to talk about this Rudy Eugene incident. I know you guys are fully aware of it. You guys might not know his name. You might not know who I'm referring to. That's because he's been going by a different name. You know, what the media has given this person, you know, in population and society in general. You know, Rudy Eugene was the male that everybody's seen eating the face off of the homeless person the other day that the police shot. You know, I want to talk a little bit about that, and I want to talk how I feel like what has just happened, you know, is how it's going to affect and impact society in general now and in the future, and a lot of things that are tied in around that situation that happened that a lot of people don't realize. You know, right now we're just seeing what's going on, but there's always underlying effects, underlying things that happen when stuff like this in society happens, you know, to prevent it in the future. You know, it's just, it sets off a chain reaction of things that people do not even think about until, you know, they present themselves. Now, this is one of the few things I hate to do, is talk about something when I really don't know much about it. The only thing that we do know is what the media has released to us. I've read several articles. I've watched several newsreels, you know, where the sheriff, all the police that were involved, you know, they kind of gave an account of what happened, you know, to the media. So that's all I really have to go on right now, you know. And I mean, it's real, in my opinion, I think it's really enough. I mean, as far as toxicology reports and stuff like that goes, you know, to see if this guy was on any kind of drugs or whatnot, you know, I think it's irrelevant, because what's done is done. It's the act itself that was committed, in my opinion. It's not what drove it. It doesn't matter what the driving force was behind this act. It was the act itself that was committed. And I'm just going to start off by saying, you know, what kind of mindset, if it was drugs, what kind of drugs would you have to be on? PCP, angel dust, you know, they're trying to say it's some kind of over-the-counter bathing salts or something, you know, that you can buy at a gas station, you know, that's not regulated, you know, and it's not against the law, you know, whatever it is. But what would you have to be on to get butt-ass naked, to walk down the road, and to hit somebody over the head that they're saying they didn't even know each other, you know, but that could all change, I don't know, but hit somebody over the head, get on top of them, eat their face off from the top of their skull to their chin. And when police come, you know, finally arrive, it's not really clear how long this has been going on. I think it took a good minute, you know. This guy ate the guy's face, his eye, one of his eyes and everything, you know. And when the cops arrived, you know, hey, stop what you're doing, you know. And the guy looks at him and gnarls, and the police says there was flesh hanging out of his mouth, and they shoot him. What kind of drugs would you have to be on to do something like that? What is the mindset of a human being that's doing something like that? How disturbed does one person have to be? It could be a nervous breakdown. Somebody just flipped their noodle. Because let me tell you, you know, stress can cause nervous breakdowns, and people can go insane and just do the weirdest things, you know. People jump off buildings and stuff from nervous breakdowns, you know. It's a major thing, so I'm not going to rule that out, you know. But like I said, whatever caused it, it doesn't matter. It's the act that was committed. I think we can all agree that it's a very bad situation what happened. Rudy Eugene, the homeless guy, everybody involved, it was a sad situation. I don't know what caused it. I'm sure that we will find out what they believe caused this. What I want to talk about is what's going to happen now as far as the stuff that's going on, because this kind of works into the Trayvon Martin deal. I'm sure everybody already knows all about that, you know, and they've been following it pretty heavily, you know. But one of the things that, you know, a lot of the politicians, they want to take away the stand your ground law. They want to take away people's rights to carry a handgun. I want you to close your eyes and think, if you was that homeless man and you had a man that run up to you naked and hit you in the head and got you on the ground, that is what can happen right there if you can't defend yourself. I mean, I'm not saying that this Zimmerman character is innocent or guilty or whatever. The courts will decide that. I'm not siding on that situation, but I'm saying this homeless man, if he wasn't homeless, if he'd have just been a normal man, he's a human being regardless. But if he would have had a gun and was able to protect himself from this assault, I mean, they're trying to take these rights away from Americans. It's constitutional rights to bear firearms, you know. And besides that, they're trying to take away the stand your ground law. They're trying to take it away where you can't carry concealed firearms and stuff like that. But this is a prime example right here of why people need that right and that ability to be able to do that. And I think that this incident is gonna it's really gonna help the case out, you know, as far as you know, stand your ground is still going to be in effect in Florida. It's not going anywhere, and people's rights to bear arms is not going anywhere, because when people do stuff like this, I mean, it shows society, you know. It kind of like wakens everybody up and like, hey, there is crazy stuff going on out there, and you have to protect yourself, you know. So I hate that this has happened, but, you know, sometimes there's positives that come out of negatives, and that's going to be one of them. Now I want to talk about what I feel is going to be the downside. The act and everything that happened involved in this was bad. Like I said, it was a sad situation. But what I see now, what is fixing to happen, and I know you're going to agree with me because it's more than likely going to happen. There's going to be this part of society that looks at Mr. Rudy Eugene, and they're not going to condone what he did, but they're going to be curious, and there's going to become a cult following for this guy. This guy, they're going to make t-shirts with his picture on them, just like Charlie Manson, Gacy, Dahmer, Bundy, any serial killer. Even though this individual did this to one person, And regardless if this one person lives or dies, the homeless man that, that this happened against, Rudy Eugene is going to be a name that is not going anywhere in this society. This guy's going to be glorified by a following, I promise you. And I'm not laughing about the situation. I'm laughing out of stupidity, because that's how I feel it is. Because I know it's going to happen. There's going to be people curious about this person. There's going to be books wrote. There's going to be movies wrote. I believe this is the first time in civilization in America that anybody has done what Rudy has done, and the impact of what he's done is it's going to be hard in the future. I mean, people my age, and a lot of younger people, but people understand what I'm saying when things are going to be glorified. This guy's actions is going to be glorified, even though, I'm not going to glorify him, but there is going to be people out there that will. And there's one thing that I do know for sure. I know that his family at this moment right now has probably received about 1,000 phone calls. It's been knocked on their door about 1,000,000 times. And, they're probably highly upset about this situation. I know I would be. The man was 31 years old, so his parents, they might be in their 60s, and that's some harsh words to hear what happened, And at the same time, these people there's being money put in front of them right now for movie deals, book deals, exclusive interviews, because this stuff's going to be on Barbara Walters interviewing with the parents. This stuff is small time right now, but these family members right now, the media and the movie industry and everything is hitting them up right now. Publishing companies, they want the rights to be able to publish this stuff first. They want exclusive rights to this stuff, and the highest bidder will get it, unless that family's got any decency. Because if the family's got decency, they won't sell the story. They won't do it. And that's just my opinion, I mean, you don't seek personal gain out of misery like this, because it's exactly what it is, in my opinion. Like I said, it's a travesty. But one of the main things I want everybody to think about is your right to bear arms. Whatever your stance is on it, if you're pro-gun, or if you're against it, just whatever side you're on, I just want you to think about this situation right here. And if a gun would have benefited that man, and did that man deserve to be shot in self-defense? Because this is the kind of cases that need to be brought to argument whenever the subject arises. If you're in a debate with somebody, this is what you bring up right here. You bring the fact up that if the man had a gun, he could have protected himself in self-defense. There's a chance that could have happened. I'm not going to say, we don't know that. We have no control over that. All we can do is really speculate, but the odds stack greater in the victim's favor. So this video is fixing to come to an end. I just want to say I hope that I didn't offend nobody. I tried to approach this in an adult-like manner or whatnot, because that's what I am. I am an adult, and most of the people that watch my videos are adults. I got some younger people, they'll probably start hearing me talk, and I don't even know if anybody will listen this long. If you do, hey man, leave your thoughts on the idea in the comment section. It's all up for debate. It doesn't have to be a hateful thing. I like listening to other people's opinions. That's one of the free things in this world, that I really do enjoy. I know I was sitting at work last night all by myself. I work midnights or whatnot, and I just kept thinking about this all night long. I don't know what the problem was. It really did hit a soft spot. It really did. I'm a tough individual. I really am. I've been through a lot in life, but this right here, it hit something inside of me. I don't know what it is. That's why I'm talking to you guys about it. I'm not trying to stir no pot. I'm not trying to stir no kettle. I'm not trying to throw gas on the fire or anything. I'm not riding somebody's coattail. This isn't a who did this issue first or anything like that. It's something I felt like I need. I don't have nobody to talk to. I've got my kids to talk to. I'm not going to talk to them about this stuff. To the level that I'm talking to you guys right now, it's a totally different thing when I'm talking to my children. I just need to talk and vent and get this off my chest, and I really do appreciate you guys listening to me. Like I said, if I get thumbs down, I really don't care. I mean, I don't. For some reason, this just really hit a soft spot. I was reading, and it did say though that the victim, there's a possibility he can get a full face transplant. Him being homeless, he would be a test subject. So that is a blessing. I mean, that something like that is available at this day and age to where he's not disfigured. If he survives, let's hope and say a prayer. Even if you're not religious, give the guy some hope. Every little bit of hope is needed in a situation like that. And I think why it hit so soft is sometimes I love my children so much, but sometimes I feel bad that I brought them into this world and things that go on in this world, but I'm old enough and they're old enough, I should be over that, but I'm not over that. Anytime something comes on TV, I'm like, wow, whenever I'm gone and I'm not around to be able to protect my boys, man, what is this world going to be like, Are they going to have to protect me when I get 60 years old? Because Lord knows, I might be mentally strong, but I might be fragile as glass, But this video is fixing to come to an end. I hope you guys have a wonderful Wednesday, and I'm going to try not to do any of these kind of commentaries. I know they're depressing, and I just had to get it off my chest, and I really do appreciate it. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. And I'm sorry I put this losing gameplay up. But until next time, guys, have a good one.